Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to relate some channeled messages I have been receiving over the last several days. I am literally crouching here. I'm getting crouching, what is it? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that movie. I'm literally crouching here because the mud is wet here and I've been hiking and it's been raining here where I'm at in North Texas. But I have been getting so many messages as of late. Things are starting to clear up. I don't know how many of you have been feeling, but tapping into the energy, there's been a lot of like contractual type of energy, ebbs and flows. And it may seem like one day you have a lot of clarity, you have a lot of confirmation, you feel good, you feel energized, and you're like, yes, I got this. I got my shit together. I'm ready to go. And literally it could be the next day where you're like, did a cloud just come over me? I'm not really sure if this is the right decision, the right step. Am I going in the right way? So there may be a lot of self-doubt running through you. We've had actually several planets turn direct, and we have an upcoming retrograde, Mercury, happening. So in terms of communication, processing our thoughts, things may start to be getting a little bit more fumbled. You may start to experience some, I was going to say brainstorms, but I don't think that's a word. Brain farts. Moments of a little bit like of an internal confusion, and it's almost like, okay, we just have to keep riding this boat on the water and keep going. I gotta stand up. I can't crouch for too long. But I also have been getting a lot of emphasis on the sacral chakra and on creativity, wanting to burst, wanting to come out. And for me, there's a lot of emotional work some of us are going through right now, things that are coming up to be acknowledged, to be released, and simply to sit in, because sometimes these emotions that come up, people are like, oh, but you know, I felt that, I dealt with it, I don't really need to deal with it again. Why is it coming up? And the message I was getting was, because once you feel it, like truly feel it and sit in it, not just try to bypass it and push it away, ignore it, get through it, or whatever the case. Okay, I'm crouching again. That's when you can really understand the full range of your emotions and how you feel with that particular emotion or set of emotions. That's going to also help perhaps the balance may be a better word, your sacral chakra, because some of you may have been feeling a little bit stumped creatively and in terms of your creative expression, your imagination, even in terms of communication, because creativity really transcends all aspects of our life. And so that's something to think about this week, to focus a little bit more on feeling and on expressing, not just in terms of communication, but expressing those emotions, whether it is through movement, again, through releasing that energy through breath work, through meditation, maybe through doing something you enjoy or haven't done in a long time, because there's a reconnection happening right now in terms of relighting our fire. And our fire is almost at the center of our hearth, our home, our sanctuary. And in terms of our human body, maybe the heart could be, the center, the gateway, but I also feel like the sacral chakra, there's that fire there, that energy, that's that passion, that sexual empowerment and desire as well. But that's the fire there. And so the message I kept getting was to honor those emotions. It starts with our feelings and our emotions, and to tend to them, not to ignore them, especially during this time of year. There's a lot of holidays, a lot of opportunities for social engagement. The energy is ripe. We're about to shift into a new season, right? Winter or summer, wherever you are in the world. And a lot of things are happening. We're also going to shift into Capricorn very soon. And so people are getting very focused, clearing out, wrapping up for the end of this calendar year. And so that was something that kept resonating over and over. And so I have been focusing a lot and it's ironic because I've been getting it as a result, and I don't even search, but I've been getting a lot of sacral chakra videos on my YouTube feed. And I'm like, universe is giving me a message here. So some of you may want to meditate on your sacral chakra, and you can put your hands, it's around your pelvis area, and you can breathe into it and literally talk, send messages. I trust and I feel my emotions. It is safe for me to express my emotions. I feel a certain way and it's okay. And there's so many other ways. I didn't want to get too far into it, but that was something that kept repeating itself over and over. And I'm like, well, I think this is something to release and talk about with you all, because I feel like once we get into Capricorn season, you may be feeling that burning sensation. That sounds so bad. I'm literally sensing it's a creative burn, like a desire, a really strong pull, if you will, a move to get going on what it is that you want to pursue. Because, you know, there's a tendency, especially when we cross into a new calendar year, for a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of excitement and passion, zest and a readiness to just do something new. But this is more than that. This is about really connecting to what you're feeling within your soul. It's not about starting, you know, a perfect resolution, you know, something with perfection, because it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. You should expect to make mistakes. And those are learning opportunities more than anything. There are opportunities for us to challenge ourselves, to reframe, grow, and keep going. Because if everything, again, was like an easy, I'm getting rainbow slide, if everything was hunky-dory and we just went down a slide and we reached our destination, none of us would have any problems here on Earth. We would be coasting. The universe would be saying, like, what the hell did we create? That's why we are learning so many different things. We're learning to gain tenacity, resiliency, grit, perseverance, determination, to love more, to be generous, compassionate, whatever it is. There's so many things we're learning here. And so that was connecting a lot to the creative aspects that are slowly churning, almost like butter, perhaps like ice cream, slowly churning in our bellies. And they're going to, I'm sensing, they're going to be ready to start flowing, to erupt, to be birthed. After the calendar year, perhaps in mid to late Capricorn season. And once Aquarius season starts, I feel like many are going to start getting the ball rolling. So a lot of this time is about planning the stages, planting those seeds, if you will, setting that environment and nurturing that environment to get that fire going, to tend to it. So again, this isn't about perfection. This isn't about trying to take action or do necessarily. Everyone is on a different level. But I kept getting strongly messages around the sacral chakra, and also about expressing the truth of who you are. And it's going to come out in different ways for everyone. For some, it'll happen in the form of spending time in nature, taking care of animals, cooking, dancing, art, music. Whether you compose it, you participate, you create, you act, whatever it is, there's something that has to be born, has to come out. And I feel like it's going to rise from the depths of your soul. It's almost like I'm seeing Capricorns, like the goat, the sea goat. And so if anything has been wanting to come out and you're just getting a lot of signs about something or nudges, or you're thinking about something, write it down, start exploring, don't stress out about it. You're going to get more answers. You're going to feel more like solidification, a firmer ground below your feet, where you're going to start getting confirmation, not just within yourself, but from the universe. Like, yes, keep pursuing this. Keep going down this path. Because I feel like for many, it's going to be tied to something. We can just say generally it's tied to your purpose, but I feel like it's tied to something that brings you a lot of happiness and joy. So this could be something that many of you may want to translate into work, into a career, or develop into that pathway. Or for some of you, this is something that you are developing on the side, or something you are currently translating into. Perhaps you are transitioning from a field or looking to transition. There's also a creative, there's an aspect here of freedom too that I have been getting a lot, breaking out of the box. Doing things in an unconventional way. And there's a little bit of fear there, because when we do things that are a little bit differently, a lot of fears come up, not just within ourselves, but also of being judged. What will people think? What will, especially those around you, closest to you, whether it's your partner, your family, your friends, society, those in your field. And then there's fears of will I succeed? What if I fail? Do I know enough? And everything starts happening. It's almost like as soon as you get something that you feel passionate about, everything against it, maybe the energies come up. And I feel like those are simply to ask you to really reinforce, is this something that you really truly want? Because if it is, you will surpass and go through those fear gates. Think of as if you were leaving your home. You open the front gate and there's a lot of like plants that want to eat you. They're called fear plants. Think of all your fears, like every one of those questions that came up: fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being seen, and they're all wanting to come at you, but they can't reach you. You have an option to stay behind your closed door, behind your your doors in your house, or you have the option of just walking straight down that pathway, knowing that, hey, a plant may nip at you, a plant may escape and try to follow you, or something may happen. But what will you do? Will you keep yourself behind that door, or will you face those fears and know, you know what? Yeah, more than likely I'm going to be feeling scared about something. I'm going to be feeling this way about something, but I'm going to keep doing it. That's how we reinforce that arm, that power within us. And so that was another element that I got, because breaking outside of the box, I know, can be very disconcerting. It could be super, super scary. It could be like an oh my fucking god moment, that shift within you where you're like, this is big. And I can really relate because of how I transitioned into what I'm doing now. And a lot of the choices I have made within the last 3 years, they have not fit the norm. And so this message may be for those that may feel misunderstood, that may feel like the creative expressions, things that want to be birthed, that want to come out, that you are really feeling pulled towards, they don't fit a particular typology, a norm, an industry, a sector, maybe a 9-to-5 bubble. It may be completely something different, something completely different from what you're doing right now. And so you may be feeling, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Yes, you can. You will. You take it one step at a time. Literally, that's how we all do it. We all start somewhere. Just like when animals need to build their homes, in nature, they do one step at a time, right? Think of a spider web or a bird who is building their nest. It doesn't happen all in one poof with a magic wand, unfortunately. And this is the step we need to take, but also the energy I've been getting a lot, because I'm seeing a lot of people being smushed into boxes. I've been getting a lot of energy of being constrained and feeling restrained and feeling like restricted, like we can't breathe. And so for me, there's a strong message. This is all tied again to your creativity, your sacral chakra, your emotional expression, honoring your emotions and breaking out of that shell. Many of you are meant to be seen. I kept getting that message as well. And I'm like, oh no, hell to the no, I don't need to be seen. I was not one who had a career goal, who had a lifelong goal to become a content creator or to be on YouTube. Absolutely not. This was not something that, was on my dream list. It happened. I felt a strong calling. I kept getting messages. I ignored them for more than a year. Finally, I'm like, okay, I need to. This is part of my, I'll just say my mission here on earth, is to connect to a lot of other, we'll say sensitives, healers, empaths, to also help people awaken, to help people start their journey, navigate it from a practical sense, and also on a very metaphysical inner depthness, inner deepness. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And there's so much more that I have been receiving. And I was hesitant, but I feel like this message, I'm having trouble like squatting and sitting down, but I feel like this message needed to be released, because when we are at a point when we are holding ourselves back because of fear, it's not going to help anyone, because your primary, for those that this video may be reaching, your primary mission or part of your many missions in this lifetime is going to be reaching others. You are a lighthouse. I firmly set the intention to connect with other lighthouses in this incarnation and to re-spark their light, to turn on their light again. Super important. It's a form of empowerment, re-empowerment, taking back your own agency and control, and knowing that you can do so much more than what you anticipate once you get out of that box, because society has a way of trying to limit others, and a lot of it's energetic. That's the thing, and we feel it, and then we adopt that and adapt to that. And I could keep going. I want to make this short and I want to wrap it up because we're already at 15, you guys. So for anyone that feels like they have to break out and that they're ready, but there's a lot of fear and just a lot of things that are coming up, feel it. Note what's coming up, journal through it. Something that's going to help whenever you break out of something and you are doing something that's so different. It's going to vary for everyone depending on your life. Many it's going to be related to your career, your passion, your creative endeavors, really the fire of you, sacral chakra energy. We all have to start somewhere. We all start, with our first step. And no matter what, one of the best pieces of advice that I heard was get used to being comfortable with the uncomfortableness. I don't think I'm saying that right. Get used to being comfortable with discomfort, with taking risks, with getting outside of the box, and constantly feeling like, is this what I should be doing right now? Well, yes. If you are feeling a strong tug towards something, take action, plan, and do what you can. I mean, obviously don't force it, but if you're scared and that's the thing that's preventing you from going after, that's another thing. So it's something to be very discerning and to feel it, because our fear alone can hold us back from so many things that we want to do. Fear held me back, I'll say, for many years, 7, 8, 9. At this point, I don't even remember, from changing careers. And it finally took my second nodal return and things going to shit for me to make that change, because the universe was like, time's up, Christine. We gave you answers for more than 7 years. And so I say this all to you when you're feeling a desire, a burn, a flame, and you're starting to get messages. I highly recommend you document them. Take the time to connect with yourself. That's why I'm here in nature. Because this is where I can connect to myself. This is my own little home. Find your own home and take the time to figure out, okay, this is where I'm going, and I will keep getting more clarity, more messages, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to tend to that flame. I'm going to turn my light on, and I won't be afraid to shine. There's so many of us out there. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm wishing you a beautiful day or night wherever you guys are out in the world. I will see you soon. Bye.